I'll hear it. Hello? Hi.
Fuck.
Hands up if you can hear me. Hello? Hi. Ah, there we go. Look at all
Hey,
those
you're not
hands.
on duty. Don't tell
Several
me what to
people
do.
can't hear you.
That's what I like to see, all the hands
They
up.
just don't
All
know how
right.
to listen.
Okay. So anyone who cares to listen is here.
Annie.
Everybody just shut up and listen, okay?
What about the
All right.
pink-haired one?
Shut up! Listen. Oh, damn. All right.
Am I ready?
All right, go ahead. We'll see.
Marriage. Marriage is what brings us together today. Marriage. That blessed arrangement. That dream within a dream. And love. True love will follow you forever. So treasure your love.
Serious note. Thanks everyone for coming today. You were all asked here because in one way or another, you were all, you know Piper and Levi, so we're all glad that you can join them on the last day of their lives.
But eat the food!
Bella, they can eat the food.
No, it's poisoned. They can't
Not
eat
poison, stop it! Ignore her.
Did she just say last day?
A good marriage must be created. Marriage, the little things become the big things.
It's never being too old to hold hands. It is remembering to say I love you at least once a day.
Never going to sleep angry. It's standing together to face the world.
It is speaking words of appreciation and demonstrating gratitude in thoughtful ways. It's having the capacity to forgive and forget.
Giving each other an atmosphere in which each can grow. It is a common search for the good and the beautiful.
It's not only marrying the right person, it's being the right partner.
They are gonna actually make me cry, these sons of bitches.
All of you are here today because you, in one way or another, have been a special part of Levi and Piper's lives.
This marriage begins today on a broken foundation of mistrust and insults.
Along with a life-saving amount
True.
of barbecue sauce.
What began
Okay,
a few
not
months
true.
ago with a strange hostage situation and a poor example for flirting will begin a new chapter today with everyone here. Old friends,
Barbecue sauce is a lie.
victims,
Note.
partners in crime, and people who have put some of those other people in jail, and friends. We thank you for being here to see Piper officially settle for Levi in the eyes of the government.
Marriage means you share your lives together. Not just the big things like jail time and bank accounts, but the little things too, like coffee
Krusty's
habits
here.
or which side of the bed belongs to who.
Putting a ring on it means that you accept everything about each other for what it is, not just halves and parts. And yes, to the both of you, yes, this does include the ethically questionable things that you both definitely do.
Piper, Levi, you've known each other for a while now, and during that time, you've come to care for each other, love each other, and learn so much about what that means. After what you've been through, Levi finally had the balls to get you kidnapped, threatened, and terrified like never before.
True.
And so went the proposal. From that moment on, you've agreed to be married.
We're going to move closer to vows. Vows are promises. They're not small promises. They're nothing like I promise to put the seat down or not to call you an idiot much, but big ones, saying that you'll always be there for each other no matter what. Saying that you'll take care of each other after unfortunate incidents with cars and legs. That is what you're going to be doing, promising each other that you'll be together no matter what.
You have both prepared vows to say today, words that will remind each other of exactly what you mean to the other, and let everyone here know what those feelings are, because to be honest, we're really confused.
You say your vows, look at one another, and remember this moment in time. Before this moment, you've been a lot of things to one another.
Punching bag,
Target practice,
lifeguard,
doctor,
trash cake,
kidnapper,
friend.
partner, and lover.
Basically, we really think this is Stockholm Syndrome. You two really sure about this?
There's no take backsies after the vows. That's it. Like it.
All right, well, before we get to the vows, does anyone here have any reason to think that Piper and Levi should not be married to one another?
So, please step forward, raise your hands, and speak, making sure to use the words "I object" like Shrek. So go ahead. Anyone have any objections?
I object.
Fucking say.
You fuck back off
Levi,
there.
Levi,
What the
no.
fuck off?
Me and you are the real lovers. Come on,
Hey,
brother.
Trey.
You
This is like your favorite part.
I love
stairs.
you, okay? This is me
Levi.
telling you.
Levi, you know,
No.
you know.
Nope.
I
Nope.
know you secretly wrote those vows for me. Oh no, no.
Shackle him down there. Shut him up.
And he's gone.
Next. Any
You and Alan are meant to
reconsiderations?
be together.
We're not. You abandoned me, and I don't even know if I can look at you the same. Now you stand your happy ass down there at the bottom of the stairs, and you wait
Okay,
until I'm
no,
done my vows marrying this woman.
Oh no.
Bridge isn't gonna stop us, Levi.
What? This is so painful. This is
Anyone else? Anyone? Anyone at all? Thought. Okay.
Right decision.
You would have the shotgun. I was thinking about it, but
Moving
not
along.
anymore.
Put the guns
Exactly.
away. Now's your time to go, guys. Whoever wanted to do
You
it.
should have done right now. I have a shotgun right
Alright.
now.
So nobody objects. That's good. Okay.
Lovely.
Danny.
Go ahead.
That's
Is this-
over with. Before your vows, we're gonna talk about what you want to do. So Levi, do you take Piper to be your lawfully wedded wife, etc., etc.? You love her. Yeah, we know. Don't really have to say the rest of this. Do you want to share everything with her, support her, blah blah blah?
Basically, do you agree to give her all your shit if she leaves you for doing something, well, you?
Yeah, but forever, you know, that kind of thing.
I most certainly do.
Good.
And do you, Piper, take Levi to be your lawfully wedded husband, etc., blah, blah, blah? You kind of already did this. Remember the cripple incident? Yeah, you kind of signed up for that shit already.
Promise you're not being forced into this though. Like Piper, look at me right now. Blink if you need help.
Do you have any... do you have enough barbecue sauce to meet all his medical needs, like, forever?
The barbecue sauce was not a thing.
Medical
But the
making
rest
out
of
one.
it, like,
No, what's
yeah, yeah.
I do.
See to make sure you have enough barbecue.
We move on. Did you hear that, Cletus?
Okay.
Did you say I do?
Yes,
That-
I
You
do.
gotta say I do. It's kind of okay.
All right, good.
The both of you. I'm talking to both of you here. Okay. Are you sure about this? There's no take backsies. Last chance.
We all know Piper is crazy,
Sable.
and Levi, you're not exactly the sharpest crayon in the box.
I'd be a couple lug nuts shy of an oil change, but I love this woman.
Yes, I'm sure.
Just making sure.
Well, you both have opted to do your own vows, so now is the time. Levi, take us away.
All right. Standing here, Piper, before everybody, I still can't believe that we are at this point. Considering, as
makes me
they
cry when I be
previously
upset.
pointed out, I cannot describe your initial feelings towards me as anything but loathing. And holding guns to me and disapproving of my felonious and reckless nature and drug habits and just overall bad behavior.
So then that thing was true.
However,
You stop whispering.
slowly but surely, it started out with me just, hey, you know, I'm hanging out with Kitty. Kitty's mom's pretty cute. That soon blossomed to realizing just how absolutely fantastic you are in every way. Especially in accepting me after many, many much swooning. Accepting me for how I was. I still remember asking you out on that first date, and you told me that we could go on a date, but only after I cleaned up my record and was on the straight and narrow. But me being me, I did not take that as an answer because I could not wait. So I whittled you down into agreeing to it, and you helped me become the man that I am today, and a far better me than I ever have been. And it's now reached the point where I just can't imagine myself in future without you and having you there to support me. Once again, as they pointed out, even through my recent disability, Mr. Mobility Scooter on Twitter, make sure you follow me. Even through my recent disability, for a whole more than a week, carrying me around and tending to me, putting your own life completely on hold to take care of me. You
True.
are far better of a woman than I deserve. However, for our future together, I promise to appreciate you, not shit on you too terribly much in our casual banter as we do, and love you forever and ever and ever.
Okay.
That would be...
I thought really long and hard about this because I'm not good at speeches, and I really wanted to write something down, but I didn't want it to sound like it was just reading it off a sheet of paper. So I thought about it, and I wanted to come up with something that I hadn't already told you a million times and that you hadn't heard a million times. And I had a really hard time coming up with anything because I basically tell you everything. And then it occurred to me that that was kind of the thing that's new for me, is you're the only person in my life that I've ever told literally everything to. On our first date, we sat up on top of that roof for hours while I told you my whole life story, and the fact that you didn't go running for the hills afterwards is still kind of amazing to me. Relatives, friends, I haven't ever confided in anyone the way I have with you, and it kind of boils down to my whole life before you was a series of deceptions, and I know that some of those deceptions are aggravating to you almost on a daily basis. So I know it's gonna confuse a lot of people when I say this, but the last thing I wanted was for there to be any deception today. You're the first guy I ever dated. You're the first guy I've ever fallen in love with. And it seems to me like usually when people marry the first person that they're with, it usually turns out to be a mistake later. But I think that what makes this perfect for me is that I know that no matter what happens next month or years from now, I'm never gonna look back on us and think of it as a mistake. Everyone kept saying that you needed to make promises during your vows and make sure that the other person knows what they are to you, and that is what you are to me. You're my first everything and the only person I really have 100% trusted with everything, even when it made me look kind of bad. So, first promise is that I will continue to always tell you everything, and I will try harder to tell you where I'm going when I quote-unquote run off. Number 2, I promise to never shoot you again.
Purpose.
Number 3, I promise that I will never stop trying to be there for you even when you don't think that you need me. Number 4, I promise to let you keep thinking you're a better driver than I am. And number 5, most importantly, I promise that when I say I love you, I'm not saying it because it's just a thing you say or it's a habit. I'm saying it because it's how I feel every minute of every day.
So there are 3 rings of marriage: the wedding ring, the engagement ring, and the suffer ring. We hope the latter can be held to a minimum. Levi, if you would please take her hand and place the ring on her finger and repeat after me. I, Levi Pain in the Ass Bentley,
Nice.
I, Levi, supreme pain in the ass Bentley,
take you, Piper Trash Cake Lockwood,
Take you, Piper, Trash Cake,
Oh, that
Lockwood,
bitch.
to be my wife,
to be my wife.
to protect and appreciate at all times,
To protect and appreciate at all times.
to cherish and spoil
Cherish and absolutely spoil.
for as long as you'll have me.
For as long as you will put up with my shenanigans.
Accurate.
Now, Piper, take his hand, place the ring on his finger, and repeat after me. I, Piper Trash Cake Lockwood,
I, Piper Trash Cake Lockwood,
you, Levi Pain in the Ass Bentley,
take you, Supreme Pain in the Ass Levi Bentley. The title
to
now.
be my husband,
To be my husband,
protect and never be embarrassed by at all times,
to protect and never be embarrassed by at all times,
to cherish and love
to cherish and love
for as long as I decide to keep you around.
for as long as I decide to keep you around. Hey,
Throughout
MJ
this
Norton.
ceremony, Levi and
Oh, is
Piper
that Nico?
have vowed in our presence to be loyal and
Where are you?
somewhat loving towards one another.
We've acknowledged that despite the overwhelming presence of guns in their lives, that Piper is only slightly suffering from Stockholm Syndrome, and that together, they will both be happy-ish. All jokes aside, we congratulate you both on finding each other and wish you the best in your marriage. Now, by the power vested in Bella and I, by the internet class we finished about 5 minutes before this wedding, we now pronounce you husband and wife.
Now kiss.
And remember to use appropriate
Oh, God.
amounts of tongue and its permanent consent.
Only tongue. Only tongue.
It's cooking.
Hell yeah.
Oh, kiss. Hugs.
Now get the fuck out of here, everybody. Let's go.
It's a party.
Go get drunk.
I'm married, bitches!
Never thought that I would. No, where are we going to get drunk?
Going to the Habibi's house because